You're watching News.Markets. UK top companies have reached a major milestone in increasing the number of women in their boardrooms. But more needs to be done, says the Davies report. There are no more all-male boards in the FTSE 100, and they met a voluntary target of 25% of women board members. But the report author, Lord Davies, said this should now be replaced by a new target of 33% of women board members at FTSE 350 firms by 2020. Well, Mary-Claire Dweck, CEO of Newmark Security, a leading security solutions group that's listed on AIM, joins me now. Thanks ever so much for coming in. Do you think this is a long time coming?
Yes, it has been a long time coming. I think it's more difficult for women to achieve positions on senior board level, but I think these positions should also be just taken on merit level, but they should be given the support where necessary to be able to take these positions up.
So quotas not for you?
Quotas are not for me. I think for me it's purely merit based, but if there's two participants, one female, one male, it just depends on the merit of each candidate.
What would you say is the business case, though, for more diversity at board level?
Well, I think sort of having a mix of genders helps with the board. I mean, women have certain abilities that men don't have and vice versa. For example, women might have more empathy with their employees and can multitask, and more creativities, and sort of men can generally be more strategic. I'm talking at a very broad general level. So that sometimes can help sort of on the diversity at the board.
Now, the report we've been talking about, that focused on FTSE 100, on the big brand names, on the blue chip firms.
Yeah.
You are head of a small, medium-sized firm. Does that make a difference?
I think so, because the sort of choice of candidates is going to be more restricted. I mean, if you're a blue chip company, you have a wider choice of people and sort of with better abilities. So maybe sort of that diversity is easier to achieve. But with a mid-sized company, it's not going to be the same thing. You're not going to have the same pick of candidates, and you're just going to choose someone purely on merit and their ability to perform.
Do you think it makes a difference which sector we're looking at? Because I mean, your sector, it's a pretty male-dominated one. Does it matter that if you have more women, can it make a difference to the way the business is run?
I really don't think so. I don't think so, because you hope to, as a CEO, I hope to employ people that are sort of going to give the mix of talent that I need, whether they're men or women. So I don't think it makes. In the previous industry I was in, it was a very male-dominated industry as well. That was real estate that was in for 12 years, and that was very male-dominated. There were no women. Very few women in senior positions as well, and it really didn't make a difference, but you'll sort of be able to shine out a little bit more because you are a woman with ability.
Do you think investors really care what the makeup is at a board level? Are they seeing that there's more need, there's a requirement? Because after all, women are 50% of the population. Yeah. Why shouldn't we be more represented as a gender?
I don't think investors really see it as an requirement. That's also male-dominated as well, so they're not saying, we need equality on our boards. But no, I really don't see that as an issue. That as I'm a female CEO, I haven't found any stumbling blocks because of that. I mean, I think it's probably quite refreshing occasionally for some of these investors to be able to chat with a woman.
Now, your personal situation may be a bit different from the norm, if you like. You decided to start a family early on, that left most of your adult life to start forging ahead with a career.
That's correct.
So not everybody's circumstances are different. Do you think that all of the opportunities are there?
I think the opportunities are there, but it's down to the individual. We're not always able to take them up depending on our circumstance. So the opportunities are there, but if you're having children at a particular time and childcare isn't there and so on, it's difficult for a woman to take those positions on. And sort of unless they've got someone at home that's able to take care of the family and the needs of the home.
But from a business perspective, if the people at the top are all male, they're going to have a different outlook, aren't they, in terms of promotion when people want to get back into work?
I think sometimes, in certain practices, it's the opposite, where they're sort of obliged to take on female directors unnecessarily, and sometimes the talent's the male that's in the pool at the time, but they're made to take on female executives, and I don't think that's correct either.
So it sounds to me that your message is tread carefully. Yes, have more diversity,
yeah.
But it shouldn't be enforced.
Yes, that is. That is very much my message. I think where it's possible, take it up, but if it's not, it shouldn't be a forced issue.
Well, Mary-Claire Dweck from Newmark Securities, thank you very much for your insight.
Thank you.